How are you today? I'm Kelly Coyle Crivelli, and I'm from the Penguin Random House Library Marketing Team, and we hope you're doing well. We are thankful that you are joining us for this virtual book buzz, especially for this one. It's going to be fun. We're going to talk about some exciting young adult titles that we have coming up from our entire company. Um, this slide is just giving you some information of how to contact us. You could follow us on all social media at PRH Library. And if you have any questions for us, you can reach us at library@penguinrandomhouse.com for any questions about this presentation or anything else. And also, if you follow our blog, it's penguinrandomhouselibrary.com. And we have lots of fun blog posts and ideas and suggestions for what you should read next and all sorts of things, including some giveaways. So we hope you will follow our blog as well. So thank you again for joining us, and now let's get to some exciting updates and titles. First, we just wanted to let you know about our Enter the Fandom blog, our Facebook and social media page. We hope you'll follow us at Get Graphic. It's at PRH Gets Graphic. And what this is, if you follow the little link tree link there, it'll sign you up for our graphic novel e-newsletter, and it'll help you to follow us on socials and more. This is going to give you the inside scoop on graphic novels, manga, sci-fi, fantasy for all ages. But it's a great place for you to go to find out more about all of those titles. And we know they're so popular right now, including manga, which leads us to our next slide, which is our Manga Madness Stock Up Sweeps. We hope that you will share this link with your patrons and enter yourselves. Please feel free. This is a sweepstakes that's going to be running through the end of the year, where we're going to be giving out some really fun manga and some fun prizes to go along with it for our manga lovers. This is just a great chance for you to be reminded about how much your patrons love manga. So we hope you will enter our sweepstakes, and good luck. And it runs through December 31st, 2021. All right, so first up is a great fun new series from the Vintage Crime Black Lizard imprint. And this is going to be called the Shady Hollow series. And this is going to introduce you to the village of Shady Hollow, a place where woodland creatures live in harmony together until a curmudgeonly toad turns up dead and the local reporter has to solve the case. This is going to be for your fans of the cozy mystery series like the #1 Ladies Detective Agency or Flavia Deluxe. So this is going to be a really fun new series that comes out starting in January of 2022. And we think it's going to be really fun, and it's going to be, for fans of classic mysteries and those who like mysterious animals showing up and helping to solve the case. This is really fun. They're really pretty, and we think that your patrons of all ages will really enjoy this series. Next up, we have Brown Girls, and this is a debut, a really strong debut. And Sandra Cisneros said it best in her quote about this book. She said, "It's a poetic story for anyone who has longed to leave home, only to find that home resides within you." This is going to be for fans of inventive novels like Ocean Vuong's On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous, or Z.D. Smith's N.W., or Elizabeth Acevedo's The Poet X. This is the remarkable story that brings you into the lives of a group of friends that are growing up in Queens, New York City's most vibrant and eclectic borough. Here, the streets echo with languages from all over the globe. Subways rumble above dollar stores, trees bloom and topple across the sidewalks, and the briny scent of the ocean wafts from Rockaway Beach. Here, girls like Nadria, Gabby, Naz, Trish, and Angelique attempt to reconcile their immigrant backgrounds with the American culture. They come of age here. They will be friends for life here, or so they vow. We are really excited about this new novel, and we think it's going to be really great for book clubs, young adult book clubs, and adult book clubs alike. But we are excited for this debut, and we hope you will check it out, coming from Random House in January. The next title is Becoming Beatrice. Beatrice, this is really fun. This is from Charles Bridge Teen. This is the best quote for this one comes from Debbie Allen herself, the star of Fame, and she says it's a compelling read about the quest for fame. Beatrice dreams of life spent dancing until tragedy on the day of her quinceanera changes everything. Up until her 15th birthday, the most important thing in the world to Beatrice was her dream of becoming a professional dancer and getting herself and her family far from the gang life that defined their days. That and meeting Debbie Allen, sorry, her dance idol, on the set of her favorite show, Fame. But after the latest battle in a constant turf war leaves her brother dead and her mother grieving, Beatrice has a new set of priorities. How is she supposed to feel the rhythm when her brother's gang needs running and when her own mother and grandmother can't even hardly take care of themselves anymore? And the last thing she can remember of her old self is dancing with her brother and then followed by running and gunshots. When the classic Brainiac reminds Beatrice, the class Brainiac, sorry, reminds Beatrice of her love of the dance floor, her banished dreams sneak back in. Now the question is, will the gang let her go? This is set in New Jersey in 1984, and Beatrice's story is a timeless one of a teenager's navigation of romance, her brother's choices, and her own family's difficult past. This is a companion novel to the much lauded Like Vanessa. We think this is going to be a really exciting novel, and we can't wait for you to read it. Next up is No Filter and Other Lies from Crystal Maldonado, who brought you Fat Chance, Charlie Vega. This is from Holiday House. This is a young adult novel that covers just about everything going on in the lives of this age group, in this modern culture. This is going to be for your fans of the kids obsessed with TikTok and Snapchat and putting out the best version of themselves. It's about 21-year-old Max Monroe. She has it all: beauty, friends, and a glittering life filled with adventure. With tons of followers on Instagram, her picture-perfect existence seems so enviable, except for one little point. It's all fake. Max is actually 16-year-old Kat Sanchez, a quiet and sarcastic teenager living in drab Bakersfield, California. Nothing glamorous in her existence, just sprawl, bad house parties, a crap school year, and the awkwardness of dealing with her best friend Hari's unrequited love. But while Kat's life is far from perfect, she thrives as Max, doling out perfect advice, sharing beautiful photos, networking with her famous influencers, even making a real friend and a follower named Elena. The closer Max and Elena get, texting, snapping, and even calling, the more Kat feels she has to keep up the facade. But when one of Max's posts goes ultra viral and gets back to the very person she's been stealing the photos from, her entire world, real and fake, comes crashing down around her. She has to figure out a way to get herself out of the huge web of lies she's created without hurting the people she loves. But it might already be too late. We hope you enjoyed this one from Holiday House, coming in February. The Color of the Sky is the Shape of the Heart is for readers interested in Japan and racial complexities of Japanese culture, Korean culture, Korean narratives, immigration stories, etc. Think of like Min Jin Lee's classic Pachinko or Sandra Cisneros' The House on Mango Street. 17-year-old Ginny Park is about to get expelled from high school again. Stephanie, the picture book author, who took Ginny into her Oregon home after she was kicked out of school in Hawaii, isn't upset. She only wants to know why. But Ginny has always been in between. She can't bring herself to open up to anyone about her past or about what prompted her to flee her native Japan. Then, among the scraps of paper and drawings of Stephanie's stories, Ginny finds a mysterious scrawl that changes everything. And it says, "The sky is about to fall. Where do you go?" Ginny sets off alone on the road in search of an answer, with only her journal as a confidant. In witty and brutally honest vignettes and interspersed with old letters from expatriated family in North Korea, Ginny recounts her adolescence of growing up an ethnic born in Japan, and the incident that forced her to leave years prior. It's inspired by her own childhood, and the author creates a portrait of a girl who has been fighting alone against battles of prejudice, nationality, and injustices all of her life, and one searching for a place to belong. And that comes from Soho Teen in April. This is for fans of the Winter Night trilogy, the Shades of Magic trilogy, and Spinning Silver. And this is In a Garden Burning Gold. And this is from the New York Times bestselling author of The Wilder Girls, and it's going to be introducing a new series from Del Rey. So this is exciting. We know it's always exciting when a new series comes out. Rhea and her twin brother Lexos have spent an eternity helping her father rule their small, unstable country, using their control over the seasons, tides, and stars to keep the people in line. For 100 years, they've been each other's only ally, defending each other and their younger siblings against their father's increasingly unpredictable anger. Now, with an independence movement gaining ground and their father's rule weakening, the twins must take matters into their own hands to keep their family and their entire world from crashing down around them. But other nations are now jockeying for power, ready to cross and double cross. And if Rhea and Lexus aren't careful, they'll end up facing each other across the battlefield. We are really excited for this new series, and you know your patrons that will surely love it and not be able to wait for the next installment. The next title is another debut, and this is called Housebreaking, and it's for fans of Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, Elizabeth Strout, and it's for the people that like the sophisticated, warm-blooded novels. And this is following a long-standing family feud, and looking to settle the score, a woman decides to dismantle her family home, alone and by hand, and move it across a frozen pond during a harsh New England winter in this mesmerizing debut. Dell has never had a good relationship with her family. After her parents' divorce and with the town rumor mill in full swing, Dell's uncle and the rest of the family shunned her and her mother. For years, there was nothing she could do about this. Now, with both of her parents gone, a chance has arrived. Her uncle wants the one thing Dell inherited, the family home. Instead of handing the place over and giving her uncle what he wants, and with no other resources at her disposal, Dell decides she will tear the place apart herself by hand, piece by piece. But as she'll soon discover, the task stirs up more than just old memories for Dell, as family members, each in their own state of unraveling, come knocking at her door. This spare, strange, magical book is both a story of the powerlessness and hurt that runs through a family, but also about the moments when brokenness can offer us the rare chance to start again. Darling Girl, this is a fun one. This is for readers of Circe, Finding Dorothy, and the Immortalists, and this is going to be from Dutton. This is for the person that loves those fairy tale retellings, and these are so fun. And this concept, I can't wait for. Basically, what I'm saying is I cannot wait to read this. It's a novel of Peter Pan. So life is looking up for Holly Darling, granddaughter of Wendy. Yes, that Wendy. She's running a successful skincare company. Her son Jack is happy and healthy, and the tragedy of her past is well behind her. Until she gets a call that her daughter Eden, who has been in a coma for nearly a decade, has gone missing from the estate where she's been long tucked away. And worst of all, Holly knows who must be responsible. Peter Pan, who is not only very real, but more dangerous than anyone could possibly imagine. Darling Girl brings all the magic of the classic Peter Pan story to the present, while also exploring the dark underpinnings of fairy tales, grief, aging, sacrifice, motherhood, and just how far we will all go to protect those we love. Again, this is coming from Dutton in May, and I cannot wait for this one. This is Not the Real World by Anna Carey, who brought us This Is Not the Jess Show last year. So this is a fun book for people that love influencer culture and fascinated by TV reality shows. Months after Jess's escape from the set of Stuck in the 90s, the nostalgic reality show she believed was her real life, the steamed star is getting to know the real world for the first time. But she can't outrun her fictional life forever, or the media empire that owns it. After Lifelike Productions tracks her down and forces her boyfriend Kips to return to the show, Jess teams up with an underground network fighting to uncover life schemes. To help the cause and save Kips, Jess must return to the show and take them down from the inside. It's her best shot at revenge, but it just might cost her everything in this heart-pounding and page-turning thriller that Quirk Books will bring you in May. We can't wait for this. A fun dystopian novel. These are always really fun. And that is all the books for us. And I just wanted to remind you of some audiobooks that we have, YA crossover editions on audio. And we've got two really fun ones to give you for example. The first one is Summer Sisters by Judy Blume, read by a full cast. The New York Times bestseller Judy Blume gets a brand new audiobook recording with a full cast and a note by Judy Blume herself. This is a book that people have loved for a long time. The audiobook follows this complicated friendship from its early magical summers to years later in adulthood, as Vix tries to understand why her old best friend still has the power to break her heart. So we're so excited to bring you a Judy Blume classic in audio with a full cast reading. And next is Amor Towles' new book, The Lincoln Highway, is going to be read by Eduardo Ballerini, Marin Ireland, and Dion Graham. This is a Today Show Read with Jenna book club pick. The audio edition is read by three powerhouse award-winning narrators who will easily increase appeal for teens who are curious about history or looking to try Amor Towles' best-selling historical fiction. This is set in the 1950s, and what better way to bring life to Towles' stylish storytelling and go on a literary cross-country journey than to play the audiobook. And this book really is perfect for your young adult audience. It's about three teenagers and one younger child that really need to address the mistakes that they've made in their lives and see where they're going to ultimately end up in the decisions that they make. So it's great for your YA audience. Thank you so much for joining us. I know that was a lot, and I know that books were all over the place, but we think that this young readership is so dedicated to great stories, and we hope that they will discover them with these new books coming out in early spring. And you'll see a tiny URL on the screen. You can find all of the information about these books there. And again, we hope you will follow us at penguinrandomhouselibrary.com, and we really appreciate your time. Have a great day. Thank you.